الآن يسعدني أن أستضيف ماركو ميهيا الرئيس التنفيذي المكلف لشركة تطوير مطار الملك سلمان الدولي. Marco, thank you so much for being here with us. I hear you have a new branding, new positioning. What is this?
Thank you very much, Rima, for the invitation today. Yeah, absolutely. We launched our branding yesterday. Has been creating a lot of attraction. We need to create an identity. It's your journey, your destination.
That's the slogan.
That's the slogan, yes. And we are it's gonna be everywhere. So from now on, we're gonna identify our airport with the new branding.
So the plan is for King Salman Airport to be one of the largest airports in the world and also to be a major global logistics hub. What's the budget? Is the budget still $30 billion? Has this changed?
Oh, we continue on target. We continue, the master plan is already defined. When you define an investment of this size looking into the future, you don't design for 5 years, you don't plan for 5 years. This is an airport that is going to take us in the next 50 years. So this airport is going to take us into a capacity of more or less 225 million when we enter into the final capacity, but all the deployment of the budget is going to be done in stages as required. So as a first stage, we're gonna have 85 million passengers for 2030. So every asset is gonna have a different target, depending on the needs and depending on the growth. But the initial phase that is gonna be for the Expo we're gonna increase capacity for 40 million passengers with the new Terminal 6 that it should be ready by then.
Okay, and we're talking about how many runways in total, and how many phases are you planning to have this opening of the airport?
Rima, that's a really good question, because in an airport, everything is defined by the number of runway capacity that you can have. So in this airport, we're planning for the long term. So that's why in the long master plan that I was talking before, we have...
Till which year you mentioned?
So it's going to be 2075.
Okay.
It's when we're looking into the long term. So that one will allow us to have up to 6 runways. So the first needs is for the next few years, in the next 6 years, we will need to have up to 4 runways in place. And then we will deploy the 5th runway in the middle of 2030, 2040, and then depending on the growth, it will come the 6th runway. That will allow us to have all the aircraft movements required. So the most important with the runways is to protect the aerospace and the navigation. It's not just about the surface. We have to be protected all the aero navigation, so we are not going to have obstacles that in the future don't allow to build the runway. That's why you have to plan for the long term.
You spoke that there will be divisions in the airport, for a part for private jets. How will the airport be differentiated from other airports around the world? What will be your niche? What is something new in terms of either regulations or services that you will be providing?
So number one, let's start with where we are coming from. We want to represent with the airport, as soon as you land, we want to showcase the Riyadh identity. We want to showcase the hospitality of the Saudi people. So this is number one, what we want to bring to our passengers. So that identity. Then you go in what is going to be the different aspects that we want to improve as an airport. So then we go into regulation. How are we going to get better in order to get more processing in the passengers? How are we going to simplify more, using the digital native airport that we're going to have? How are we going to bring better experience to the passenger, and how are we going to communicate with our passengers better? So we're looking at all the different ranges of communication, we're looking at all the different technologies, but at the same time we're working with all the regulatory agencies in order to allow us to
What are 1 or 2 steps that you are already working on that you don't find in regional airports?
So number one, we're looking in how to bring the processors, we're looking into a way that the processor can be pushed closer to the gates. That's something that is extremely important for us. So we want to have, we don't want to separate as soon as possible the land side with the air side. We want to be able to bring all the people from Riyadh into the airport. So we want to create an airport that is more a destination airport, something that you don't see before in other airports. You want to bring and attract the citizens of Riyadh to come to your airport, not just because you want to fly, it's just because it's really a cool place to be. So this is something that we are really working with our team and with architects to bring the best of that.